Hey Tids, how you doing? Thanks, TechSquig, we know. Rough night, busy day. Oh, what kind of soup have you got heating up? Hey, Rocket, how you doing? Pea and gammon. Nice. Very nice. Now, I've been having network issues the last few days, so we're going to have to hope that everything goes all right tonight. Oh, geez. Hey, Grox. Thank you so much for being subscribed for 19 months. How you doing? About with some Vermintide. Nice. I am a wee bit rough, if I'm honest with you, Tids. It was touch and go as to whether I was going to stream tonight. Just finished work for the week. Awesome. Hey, Raisin, how you doing? Thanks, Tids. It's just, it's very close to a certain time of the year. And things are a bit tight this year because we had a couple of unexpected outgoings this month. So it's just sort of... I am feeling the weight of things, I guess. I don't really want to talk about it too much because it's Friday. I don't want to bring everybody down. But yeah, I'm having a bit of a time of it at the minute. Now, I noticed that you redeemed a dead, and the dead didn't make any noise. I've definitely set it up. Let's have a look-see. Yep, there it is. It's just being a knob. Hey, Mr. Mouse, how you doing? Any idea who's on the block after Egon? Oh, that's a very good question. I don't know. I haven't decided yet. I mean, I think I might do all of the Ghostbusters. I don't know. I might move to something else and then come back and do another Ghostbuster later. I genuinely haven't decided. I mean, if folks have a preference, then please do let me know. Right. I've fucked around with stream elements in the background, so I think we can go to the actual stream screen. Hey, everyone. Oh, and of course, it's Friday, so I need to put something into the jukebox, as is tradition on a Friday. You'll notice my wet palette is clean and tidy and new. I decided to change the wet paper, the paper out, Gozer the Destroyer. I don't have a Gozer. I should get a Gozer. That would be cool. I was thinking that the perfect accompaniment for these guys was like a little gelatinous cube to be Slimer. But yeah, so I've refreshed my wet palette. Honorary Ghostbuster, if ever there was one. Yes. Gelatinous dumpster. Yeah, could be. Or a really sticky possum. So, happy Friday, everybody. It's Friday night. For some of us. Cheers. I'm just on the Iron Brew tonight. No,
Hello there.
Hey, psychologist. Yes, it was. Thankfully. I've heard some horror stories since my unboxing stream. That people were missing stuff, which is absolutely terrible. I really hope the folks that did back Hero Quest that didn't get all of their miniatures are able to get the missing ones. Hey, Cypher, how you doing? Seen a few people report missing stuff, and they're apparently finding it really difficult to get replacements. Oh no, that really sucks. Yeah, I'm glad mine was all good as well. I mean, the amount of bad luck I've had trying to get updated hero quests, thinking about the stuff with what is now called SEO Quest, or however you pronounce it. Yeah, it's been a tough time trying to get some hero quest. Yeah. I do hope that the folks that are missing bits are able to get them eventually. Okay. So, I'm going to stream for as long as I feel able to tonight. Or, you know, until somebody else goes live and we can go and harass them. If the stream ends up being shorter than usual, I'm sorry. But I've had a bit of a rough week. Both at work and outside of work, so I really wanted to stream tonight, but I've got to do what's best for my health and shit, and if I don't, then I'm going to get told off by a load of people, so yeah. I will stream for as long as I'm able to tonight. Now, let's get some paint on this palette. What do we need? What do we need? Oh yes, I need to get a picture of the proton packs up so that I can do them the right colours. That PKE meter is going to be a pain in the arse to paint because it's such an awkward angle. But that's fine. Oh, little update that I've made since the last stream that I've done off stream. You'll notice that the belt looks slightly different from the rest of the armour now. So I rewatched Ghostbusters, the first one, a couple of weeks back. After the stream, actually. And I noticed that the belts that they have on are a slightly different material to the rest of the jumpsuit. And because they're a slightly different material, they're a very slightly different sort of shade of beige that's got this sort of khaki green tint to it. So I took a little bit of Nurgling green, watered it right the way down, mixed it with some of the elfic flesh, and put a really thin layer of that just on the belt, just to give it a slightly different look. Hey Buff, how you doing? But yeah, I think tonight we're going to be working on the tech, and then Egon will be done. So I've put a little bit of spaceship exterior out on the palette, just a tiny little bit, because I think we might need a little bit of that. But the main body of the proton pack, we're going to be using grey, and I'm going to put some of my favourite primer, the Green Stuff World Matte Surface Primer, on the palette as well, because I've been using that in place of black paint. Oh really, Cypher? Be interested to see that. Bouncer Squig plushie recall. What happened, Psychologist? Has it got sharp bits or something? Because I missed out on getting one of those. Okay. You know what we need? Welcome back, Tids. We need a proton pack picture. Which you folks won't be able to see, but I will. There we go. Oh, that's like a proper prop one. Hot damn. I bet that's expensive. Oh, shit, okay. No, it's another one of Hasbro's Kickstarter type things. Oh, it's the music video version. I was like, why did it stop? So that everyone knows what I'm doing. I actually really like this version of Smooth Criminal. There you go. That is what I'm using as my my source image, as it were. Obviously, I'm not going to be painting as many details on as are in that, but I don't know what I'm doing most of the time. Why should I hold you to a different standard? Fair. Okay, let's see what details on this we can actually... Isn't it, Tids? Like, I have a... Well, I had a friend, question mark. Okie dokie Grox, you have fun with Star Citizen. Oh, sounds like a good plan, Buff. Yeah, one of my teachers, there we go. I mean, I was sociable with him, sort of outside of college, because we had very similar interests. Hey Ash, how you doing? But he was a member of the UK Garrison, UKG, who are one of the two sort of most well-known, for want of a better description, Star Wars cosplay groups. But they do other stuff, not just Star Wars. And he was working on a proton pack for their Ghostbusters group. Oh, Ash, I'm sorry to hear that. Big hugs. Hopefully you can, like, chill a bit tonight and just relax and let things just float away. Yeah, so he was building a proton pack. And most of the components were like bits and bobs off of old like Henry Hoovers and other flavours of vacuum cleaner. So you can make them yourself quite cheaply if you've got the sort of crafting know-how. It's my eldest's birthday this weekend. Oh, wow. Yeah, I can appreciate how that would make you feel a certain way about your own age, Cypher. I hope your eldest has a lovely birthday, though. And I hope you enjoy it, too. Okay. So, I think I'll also get one of my metallics. Which one? Oh, you know what? I don't use lead belcher very often. But it is a really good paint. So I'm going to get some lead belcher to do the sort of scuffs on the edges of the pack. I mean, you could do like non-metallic metals for it, but I'm lazy. And, you know, somebody's made metallic paint, so I'm just going to use it. Okay, let's see what else we need for this. We need a red. Now, the red on the sort of base of the proton pack is a very sort of sheeny red, for want of a better description. And it's quite dark. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to get... yeah, actually I think that'll work best. I'm going to use a little bit of pure red to base that particular area, and then I've got Green Stuff World's candy inks, and I'm going to use the red candy ink over the top of that to make it a little bit more rich. If Star Wars taught me anything, it's that there's nothing you can't make from a suitable combination of trash cans, vacuum cleaners and spray paint. Exactly. I mean, look at 3PO. So I need to paint my space boys. What are your space boys, Ash? I'm breaking this new metal trend. Hey, no wrong with that. Don't forget bins. Gonk droid is the best droid. Indeed, Gonks are the best. Blood Angel's successor. Okay. So is it finding the right colours, or are you looking for a specific brand of paint, or... I mean, I probably can't give you that much advice. My Space Marine knowledge is shite. But if I can help, I'll try. Candy inks. Where did I put them? I can't remember where I put anything. It's always helpful, isn't it? There's my neon paints. So I've got, pro tip, I have nail polish racks with my paint in. They are the perfect size for, hang on. I'm going to regret this, aren't I? There they are. Just behind Squig Friend's head. They were super cheap. I think they cost me $5 each off of like Amazon or eBay or somewhere like that. But the slots for the nail polish are the perfect size for both Citadel paint pots and for dropper bottles. So it's worked out really well because I can just keep all of my kit on there, except for the stuff that I'm using regularly. That's colour shift. That's also colour shift. I have so many colour shift paints. Okay, I think I put the candy inks elsewhere. I also have so much shit now that I just can't keep track of where I've put anything. That's my metallic filters. I've not used those yet. I really want to use these. So something else that I got while I was buying all the ink ever is Green Stuff World's metal filters. They're supposed to give sort of like a pearlescent metal effect to whatever you paint them over. But I've not had the opportunity to use them. The only one I have used is this one. The chrome one, which I used to paint, I don't know where he is, Bob the Destroyer, with his shiny metal buns. Hey there, Longfang, how you doing? Okay, I cannot find my red candy ink, and that's really going to bug me. I don't know where I put it. Bollocks. I can find my brown, and I can find my green, because I was using those on the Tree Boy. Yeah, I can't find the red. Shit. Well, that's something to figure out later. Tried not only looked like shit, but I realised, wow, black, white and red equally just makes them look like living Nazi flags. Oof. Yeah. There's a few paint schemes that have used black, white and red in a really good way. And it's not come across particularly Nazi-ish. Like, the Little Sisters of Purification project was a really good one. And they used black, white and red and did it really well. But it's such a fine line because those colours as a combination are so closely linked to those kind of ideologies these days. It really fucking sucks. Fash just ruining everything for us. Even paint. Bellends. Oh, that is such a shame, Ash. Are you like really tied to those specific colours? Like, could you change one of them out for a different spot colour, perhaps? Gothic Knights. Bad person doing good things. Okay. It's an interesting one. What do we think, folks? What colour schemes has Gothic Knights to everybody? I mean, I can definitely see black and white. But maybe change the red for something else. Dark silver, yellow. I can imagine yellow looking quite nice. Oh, wicked, Ash, I like that. In Bram Stoker's Dracula Psychologist, because his armour in that is fucking rad. I really like that movie. I even like the Annie Lennox song they used for the credits. So good solid gothic romance movie that is. Grayscale would work. Yeah, that'd look really cool. If I could make them look like Night Lords doing art, that'd fit. One second. Where are you? Where is Vulpia? He should be on that shelf and he's not. Ruh-roh. Where did I put you, Vulpia? Oh dear. Okay. So, I have a Night Lord that I painted. Somewhere. I think he's wandered off. I'll have a look. See if he's on my shelf. No, he's not. Well, shit. I've lost the one and only Night Lord from my Night Lord's army that I've actually fucking painted. On the one occasion that I actually want to show him off to people. He's off to do a spook. He is indeed. He's buggered off. Has he ended up in that cupboard for some reason? With me Eldar that I still haven't painted. No, he hasn't. Well, I don't know where he's gone, Ash. But I will fish a picture of him out after the stream and send him over to you. If that's the kind of thing you're talking about in terms of colours, I will send you the link to the tutorial I used so that you've got the paints I used. Oh, some of you will have already spotted me doing it, but I've noticed since I started playing Dark Souls, I blep when I'm focusing, which is something I used to do when I was at uni, and trained myself out of at some point. But yeah, the blep is back, so feel free to mock me or whatever at your leisure when I'm doing it. Because I'm likely to do it a lot while I'm... Return of the blep! Yes. I'm likely to do it a lot while I'm painting little details on this. So do we get you a Solaire figure to paint? I mean, I wouldn't say no, because Solaire's awesome, but I'd probably do a terrible job of it. I'm not very good at armour. Like, one of the reasons I like him is because he wears a big old tabard over the top of everything. But yeah, I don't know if I'd do a particularly good job of painting Solaire. And I'd want to, because he's a good bean, you know? Shit. Yes! Salvaged it. His arm is canonically kind of crap, so it's fine. Ah! I like your logic there, Longfang. Okay. We've got little red dots. Now, they are not exactly where they are on the proton pack, because this proton pack is designed slightly differently. But close enough. Right. We need a yellow. And I think for this, yeah, for that one. Oh gosh, is everything okay, Mr. Mouse? Hey, Cyborg, how you doing, mate? Quick play dropped me into Vermintide's final mission. Wow, that is brutal, Rocket. Are you going to be alright in there? I mean, I'm guessing that that's oh no. I hope everything's alright, Tids. Nothing fucking worse than people setting off fireworks. I mean, even on occasions when they're supposed to be setting off fireworks, I'm not happy about it. Thank you for the treat for Porthos there, Ash. Where is Porthos? He's on his bed. Hang on a minute. Look! It the boy! All hail the baby.
Look at the muscularity.
Okay, right, that's what I was going to do. So, I've got... Hello, Porthos! I've got a visitor. That's what I've got. Porthos, that's not food. It's a tissue. You want to come up, don't you? Okay. Oh, you bugger. Come on, then. Don't look at me all sheepish. You've disrupted me painting because you want to come up, so come up. Come on. Come on. He's playing hard to get. There we go. Oh. Happy? At least one of us is. Right. Let's see if I can get the boy in shot. There we go. Much better viewing. Hey. Hey, Porthos. That's a little bit wonk. Just wiggling my... Well, I know we put this in. Broadsword. You baby. Love him. He's been a very good boy today. Honk. Okay. Right. Third time's the charm, right? So I've got some demonic yellow. This is an army painter paint. Honk if you love baby. Yeah, that is appropriate. Honk for the Porthos. I will also accept quacks, seeing as Honk will be on cooldown for a bit.
Gargoyle.
Are we calling Porthos a gargoyle? I mean, fair. Yes, I know. Oh no. It had a little accident. So we're just gonna... Not gonna squeeze that, we're just gonna roll that onto the wet palette. And then get the rest of it off onto the little cloth I've got over there. What video got blocked? A video got blocked? Huh. That's unfortunate. So Bloodborne video is going to be 18 plus restricted. Ah. Yeah, well, technically Tech Squig's only, what, 2 years old? So, okay. So I've got that garishly bright yellow there. I deserved that, Tids. Well done. Elfic Flesh, which is kind of it's a cream colour, but it's got this very slight hint of yellow to it. Damn right, goddamn toddler's leeching off of us. Nicely done, Cypher. Spoken like a true parent. Couldn't add song, internal server error. Oh no! Bloodborne broke the bot. Okay, so the plan is I'm going to get mostly the elfic flesh. A tiny little bit of that yellow. Because what I'm aiming for is a sort of pastel-y lemon colour. There we go, that's exactly what I wanted. You see that? I know it's a little bit bright. I've got to have the light at a certain angle for Egon, you see. That should be fine. You'll see it in a second anyway, because it's going on the model. But not with this brush. Doing stuff for the Proton Pack. This is going to be a psycho heavy night. Because I want to try and control as best as I can where the paint goes. Oh. The boy is preparing to leave. Goodbye, Porthos. Oh no. Two internal server errors in a row, damn. Hang on a minute. Okay, that's interesting. He's left us to continue in this doomed earth without him. Or he's just behind the chair. Yeah, he's gone back to his bed. See? With his sloth friend. Are they cyborg? It's not the kind of thing I'd normally pay much attention to, if I'm honest. I'm weird about stuffing. Like, Slow really likes stuffing bowls, so we always have stuffing when we have a roast dinner. Because Slow's roast dinners are meat and carbohydrate. He doesn't do vegetables. So stuffing is that's really weird. Why is it not letting you folks add stuff, but it let me add something? Very strange. Somebody put something in now. I've just turned viewer requests off and back on again to see if that just fixes the server.
Hello there.
Test received, Longfang. Very odd. 12-second delay, bloody hell. Test received. Hey McG, how you doing? Yeah, the mobile app's lag is fucking horrendous and has been for ages. Like, there are occasions when I'll be sat downstairs watching, it's usually either Longfang or Snipe and Wib, and I'll go, oh, that's really funny, I should say that, and then I realise that the lag between me posting something from the mobile app and it actually turning up in chat is so great that by the time my joke lands, it will no longer be relevant. It's just like, you know what, I'll just sit here and laugh at this joke by myself because nobody else will find it funny by the time it gets to them. Huh. That is very strange. So, Cyborg and Tidders are having problems adding music. Is anybody else having problems adding music? Blasting through a few games of Gambit. Oh, awesome! Good luck with Gambit. Always fun. More fun, I find, when you're playing it with friends. But I'm not very good at PvP, so I would say that. Very odd. Okay, we're going to have to do some artistic license on some of this, because these little buttons aren't here, on the original Proton pack. That needs to be metal. This just needs to be black, but I might do something interesting with it, I don't know. We'll make this all metallic, I think. There could be glowy blinky lights. Ooh, that's a really good idea, Ash. I like that. Yeah, we'll make those two blinky lights. And I've got just the paint to go over the top. So we'll make one of them red, I think, and we'll make the other one green. Traffic light system. Never goes wrong, does it? Unless you're red-green colourblind, in which case, traffic light system, not so great. Oh gosh, Rocket! I'm going to be using orc skin as the base for the green light. And I'll be using the same red as I've used at the bottom for the red light. Not going to need much of that, so tiny little bit again. So one of the reasons I like dropper bottles over the standard Citadel paint pots is because you can much better control how much paint you're putting on your palette, or whatever surface you're using, your like saucer. Top red, bottom red. Yeah, exactly, Mr. Mouse. Local GW used to use tiles, ceramic tiles. Surprisingly good palettes. Right. We want this one. And... oh, can I reach? Can I reach? Can I reach? Yes, I can reach. Haha! Beautiful. This one. So, some of you will have seen these before. Not these exact colours, but Green Stuff World's Floor paint collection. Fluor. Fluorescent paint. So these glow under a black light, which I will try and show you on stream. We'll see if it works. Flower, yeah, exactly. Let's go. Yeah, let's go green on the bottom. Hey, Steggy, how you doing? That's a really good question, Cyborg. I'm thinking probably Command. Believe it or not. Oh, also, is there something you can get to make paint matte? Because some paints are too shiny and inconsistently shiny with each other. Yeah, I know exactly what you mean there, Ash. There are varnishes you can get. There's also there's something that Green Stuff World does that is like a mattifier. I don't have any of that. But yeah, there are things that you can get that you can add into paints to either make them shinier or to mattify them. In fact, I think... Now, I don't know much about them because I've not used any of their stuff, but I think Instar Paints do something that allows you... Because the way their paint system works is you basically mix your own colours up. And I think they've got like a similar setup where you can either have a matte version of the paint or a shiny version of the paint, a gloss version, if you will, based on what you mix into it. But I've frankly never been brave enough to try Instar. I mean, there's always... Is that pricey? I genuinely don't know, Ash. Like, they talk about how it's an affordable thing to do, but I don't know if it's, like, affordable for people that have, you know, bought airbrushes and shit like that, rather than affordable for people like you and me. It's something I've not investigated particularly. But the Green Stuff World stuff tends to be quite reasonable. The only issue is they're based in... I want to say either Spain or... Instar's Brush on Varnish is good. I would recommend it. Oh, cool. Thank you very much, Torpor. I would love to own an airbrush, but that's a very expensive and very space-consuming addition to the kit family, as it were. So that's something that we'll have to wait until I frankly have more space. I mean, if I get my way, that will be within the next year or two. I will have like a proper hobby cave and can start saving up for cool shit like an airbrush, but not now. Not right now. Yeah, I think a green light and a red light was a good idea there. They look good. So, we'll do the... Actually, do I have a better fluorescent? Yes, I do. Instead of the violet one. Ow. Just punching my shelves. I'm going to use the actual red one, because look at that. That is bright. Wouldn't be able to have the baby in the room, though. It depends on the room and whether I'm... Because I wouldn't use the airbrush on stream, because from what I understand, they make a lot of noise. Oh dear, that's not been shaken properly. Need to shake it harder. Luminous. Yeah. That better? A little better. We've got some, like, blobs of pigment in there, which is not what you want with this paint. But I don't think these have any agitators in them, because all of the stuff that I've bottled myself has agitators in them. I was planning on going sort of in between the two ash, so making it like a blue-grey. Yes, so I wouldn't be using it on stream. So what I would do is I just wouldn't let Porthos in the room whilst I was using it, and I'd keep it well ventilated, and then he could be in here when I'm not spraying, basically. Which is pretty much how things are now. Right, I think this should be okay. So you won't be able to really see this. It might make the stuff a little bit shiny. Ugh, God, that stuff tastes bad. Hey, Hans, how you doing? But hopefully it'll shine nicely. An act of violence on the... Oh, you bugger. I'm guessing you folks can hear me shaking this dropper bottle violently. Little light outside so Porthy Boy knows when he can't come in. No, he's not that kind of dog. I had a job interview, sort of, yesterday. And Porthos tried to break into my office whilst I was in this interview, because he wanted to be near me all the time. Porthos is a needy baby. Thankfully, the fella that was interviewing me was like, yeah, pets are great. Like, well, when there's a pet in the room, you have to show them to all the people on your meeting, don't you? And I was like, yeah, I guess so. I mean... Some people would consider that unprofessional, but that's because they don't own pets. Love him, what a babe. It was really funny, actually. So this guy that was interviewing me is based in Leeds, and is very clearly a local lad. And we were talking about something, and I said, well, you see, I'm a northerner, northern family. And as I was saying it, this look went over his face and he went, good. Just like under his breath, good. Test received, Mr. Mouse. Okay. I'm of the opinion you should start every video call by going, look at my furry baby. We have actually done that in a few meetings in the past. She's like, look, the dog is here. He can do the meeting for me. Okay, where is my black light? Oh. Excuse me a second, folks. Okay, let's see if this will show up on... You can sort of see it. You can also see the bit of the tubing where the primers come off. because it glows like a fucking Christmas tree. But yeah, the buttons. Look at my dog. My dog is amazing. Give him a lick. He tastes just like raisins. I wouldn't lick him, but he does smell like oat biscuits or poppadoms, depending on the day, and I'm okay with that. So to start off today's issues, Wookie Dish Wolfie Baby! Yes. Really, it's the only way to deal with serious security incidents, is to show everyone a cute puppy. I've not seen that model either, Tids, and Hans, I am very intrigued. That sounds like a cat, Ash. I quite like the fact that Porthos smells like biscuits most of the time. And like when he doesn't smell like biscuits, like I say, he smells like poppadoms. And as much as I don't really like poppadoms, it's not a bad smell. So I'm going to use the lead belcher on some of the... I have an errant bristle on my Psycho. That's better. Which is impressive, because there's only like 5 of the fucking things. Music video currently playing was the last Doc Steele video made. I miss the good Doctor. Yeah. Doc Steele's stuff was really, really good. And still is, to be fair. Check the Discord. I don't check Discord while I'm streaming, Hans. I will check the Discord after the stream is complete. But thank you for posting it there for me. I could have probably used a bigger brush for this bit. In fact, I shall. Naked vampire torso. So, this vampire lady, is she a GW mini, or... Because I thought they'd grown out of their naked ladies phase. With big dom energy. Fabulous. We should have more naked ladies. I've got, where is she? I think she's up on the shelf waiting to be painted. Waiting for me to be brave enough to paint her. 3rd edition Demonettes are transition goals. Fair. Well, technically she is covered. Fair enough. trying to remember if I'm up to date on Hell of a Boss now. Go on then, Cyborg. Let's hear your tasteful non-binary joke. Nicely done, Rocket. Well done. What do you call a non-binary person in a film noir? Go on. A them fatale. Okay, that is genius. Well done. I like that one. That's good. Metal ribcage with a spine as armour, but no clothes underneath it. Oh, neato. So we'll make this bit metal. Cheer the non-binary gold prospectors who got rich. They found gold in them there hills. Oh my god. No, I like that one. That one's good too. Love a bit of wordplay. Oh no, I got metal on me yellow. Bollocks. No, I didn't, Hans. When did you post that? I've not been so great at looking at Discord this week, I've got to be honest. Between being sleepy and playing Dark Souls, I've not had a lot of time. Ah, she's cool. You think I'd be a blue shirt? What do you think, folks? Do you think Cyborg's right on that one? thanks, I guess. Hey, there's no wrong with the yellow shirts. Oh, Geist, I'm so sorry to hear that. I hope other than that you're doing okay. Oh. Are there things you could get again? Or were they sort of limited? There we go. Right. I want to do that bit metal as well. So a lot of these bits that I'm painting with the lead belcher, I'm probably going to paint over, at least partially. But I want them to be like metallic components that have been treated with a paint, basically. Same for the PKE meter, actually. She didn't find Snipe and Wib from their 40k vids and came across them off their little LPs. I slightly missed them. Aww. Oh. I kind of got a crash course in Snipe and Wib's content some time ago now. Not long after Slow and I got together. Because he was a big fan of Fighting Evil is Cool. And of their Warhammer content. And was just like, here, you will watch these things. You will listen to these things. And I was like, yep, sure thing. Because that was like before I was really properly into 40k. But I've always been a big Scar fan, so. Oh, this is cute. I like this already. Thank you, whoever put this in. It's adorable. Okay, I'm going to make the handle on this just plain grey. That makes the most sense to me. I've actually been around for a while, just lurked for a long time. Same Ash. I only started getting involved with the Twitch side of things like a couple of years ago. And yeah, before that I was just watching stuff and not actually involved, I guess. Like, I didn't comment on stuff, but I was watching, enjoying and liking, and yeah. But then again, I've had a Twitter account for like a decade now, and I wasn't really using it up until a few years back. So it's all kind of come at the same time. But yes, the entire Fighting Evil is Cool back catalogue is in my standard jukebox because they are perfectly happy for folks to use their music on streams. And I am perfectly happy to shill for them in any way I can. Okay. Yeah, I think so. She's trying to decide which blue to use. And I'm thinking, as much as I could go for like a really bright blue, I think going with a Laytop blue is the best option. You can tell this is one of the earliest ones I drop a bottle because I got paint from a different bottle all over the fucking label whilst I was droppering. It's really weird, Tids, because I can put stuff in, Ash can put stuff in, but you're having problems. And so was Cyborg. Roller Derby fundraiser for my league. Awesome live. Yeah, they are absolutely brilliant live. I got the opportunity to watch them play. Oh. Ash can't either now. Huh. What is going on with TechSquig tonight? Okay. Mr. Mouse can. It's very odd. I don't know what its problem is tonight, Tids. Kirsten Dunst does music now? You'll just need to simp a little harder for Glorious Robot Overlords. Probably. This is so unusual. Yeah, I know that feeling, Hans. Like, keeping up with stuff can be really difficult, and I always feel a little bit awkward about jumping back in. Which is why I'm quite quiet most of the time these days. But yeah, that's worked nicely. So I've taken the Laytop blue and I think it was Mechanicus standard. No, it's Eshin grey and a little bit of Eshin grey, and mix them together to get a sort of blue grey. Yeah, it is definitely amusing, Torpor. Just genuinely didn't know she was doing music now. Or at some point. No idea when this was done. That's fair, Longfang. Thankfully, because I'm painting, I'm not watching the videos. There have been a couple of occasions when I've stopped painting in the past to watch a particularly well animated music video. Oh gosh, Ash, I'm so sorry to hear that. And yeah, it's worth having a chat with the mods about stuff like that, because, well, we've got one in chat right now, but they're good eggs, and if you alert them to stuff, they will jump on it as quick as they can. Oh, I have never found that to be the case on that server, Ash. They've cool, thank you, Cyborg. I'll take a look after the stream. Now this does look a little bit more grey than blue, but I'm okay with that. What I might do is dry brush a little bit of blue onto it in places as well, just without any of the grey in, just to see how it looks, you know. Give it that really beaten up look. Like maybe it was really blue. Thank you, Ash. I know some people, when they're painting stuff and they're mixing colours, they like to have a specific ratio of X colour to Y colour. Oh really, Mr. Mouse? My. Might look different in regular light rather than under a work light. Oh yes, it will definitely look different under regular light. I tend to find my biggest problem, I eyeball it. Yeah, so do I, Ash. In fact, I tend to keep, if I'm working on a particular set of miniatures and I want to make sure that I keep the colours the same between sheets in my wet palette, I keep the old sheets to one side so that I've got the colours to match against for the next one. What? Colour ratios? Looks at my completely blue tanks. Whoever else put Ghost on, I love you. That's fair. I love a bit of Ghost. I mean, you know, the lead singer's a prick, but the band themselves, good band. Very enjoyable. So what I've done there, because I want it to be more metal than blue on the side here, is I've just like dumped a load of blue-grey, whatever, on the side, and then took a clean brush and gone blah 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 blah. It's a technical term. Yeah, if it's anyone that's on my server, then I'd like to know about that, because I don't condone that kind of behaviour. I don't know why it's being so stroppy with everybody. Maybe it's my network issues again. Cool. Cheers, Tids. So I'm not going to put any blue on these, this sort of vent area here, or on the inside of the base. So I feel like those bits shouldn't be painted. Like, they should just be metallic. Welcome back in. Sounds like we've got all sorts of technical difficulties tonight. Oh, that's a point, actually. Can any of my lovely followers go into the emote menu and tell me if you can see the badgie? And if there's anybody that follows me that is using the mobile app right now, if you can check if you can see the badgie as well, I'd really appreciate that. So, hey Longship, how you doing? Badgie.
Hello there.
Possibly not. I saw a welcome back to you from Tids and misinterpreted. But I hope you're doing okay, Kian. Cypher just showcasing all of the emotes there. Beautiful. And Cyborg as well. So, Twitch announced a couple of weeks back, I think, that they were adding additional emote slots for small streamers. Hello. But also, they've given us access to animated emotes, as you can see from Cypher and Cyborg's posts, and follower emotes. So anybody that follows the channel now has access to the Porthos emotes and the Badgie emote, the tactical support Badgie, who turns up in other people's streams when I'm watching them. Well, I can't promise that I can help out with everything, Tids, but I'm happy to do more emote commissions for you if there's anything that is, in my wheelhouse to do. I fucking love this music video. And the song. It's a really good song. I can't see emotes on mobile. Okay, cool. Thank you for letting me know, Rocket. So, the one downside to Twitch implementing this beta version of follower emotes and the new emotes... Oh, jeez! Leave Jess, thank you very much for the raid. Hello, raiders! Seeing as Twitch is still rubbish about this stuff, how have you been, Lever Jess? It's been a while since I've seen you.
Hello there.
And how did your stream go? Can we get a shout out for Lever Jess, please? I love the energy of this emote. It's great, isn't it? Thank you very much, Tids. That particular emote, Ash, is a crop of the original Hobby Squig that Snipe drew. And I love that squig so much. That emote is never leaving the channel. I may be a raccoon now, but I'll always be a squig at heart. Maybe I'm actually just 3 squigs in a raccoon costume. You'll never know. But yeah, so the problem with this being in beta is that a lot of people have been reporting that they can't see their own emotes, that people who follow them or have been following them for a long time can't use the follower emotes, but new followers can. It's all a bit of a mess at the moment, but once they've ironed out all of the kinks with it, everybody that follows this channel will have access to the Porthos emotes and the tactical support badgie, and I think also the squig smiley face. Or a raccoon with a pet squig. Yeah, that works. A were squig. Yes. Oh, that'd be adorable, Tids. Actually, where I live is called Porth, so that means Porthos is the king of a small town in Wales. Oh my god, that's adorable. He's the king of our hearts as well. The sleepy baby on his bed. Okay, so I definitely want the Psycho now, because I've got to paint around the handheld part of the Proton Pack. That is well overdue, Tids. I'm surprised you've not got one already. Performance and netcode today were really shitting the bed. Yeah, Hans, that's an issue that's been reported as well. A lot of folks on mobile are having issues. Like I was trying to send tactical support badges to Wib yesterday, and I was downstairs on my phone, and I was like, why can't I see my own fucking emotes? Why are you doing this to me? That's fair, Tids, I get that. Believe me, I get that. I've got a commission in the works at the moment that is looking absolutely amazing, and I'm very, very excited for it to be completed. But also, I hope it's not complete too soon, because I am fucking skint right now, and I really want to pay the artist well for what they've done, because it's... Oh, like... I was sent a progress image. I was sent a progress image yesterday, and I was literally fighting back tears of joy looking at it because it's so fucking beautiful. But yeah, when I commissioned them, I'd got a fair bit of money saved up, and due to events beyond my control, I don't have that money saved up anymore. So I'm just like, I mean, worst case scenario, I'll say to them, look, I'm really sorry, but I don't have all of the money right now, so here's what I do have, and you can give me the art when I've finished paying for it. Yeah, I am really looking forward to showing you all that as well. I do love that little Unit 1 emote, it's so cute. I think if we're talking about me whenever arseholes are setting off fireworks, that is very definitely if I've got access to it. Let's find out. This one. This is me when people set off fucking fireworks and frighten Porthos. Oh, a little Ryuk as well, that's very cute. This is me when I'm attempting to socialise. Yeah, when they're all fixed and functioning properly for everyone, I do hope you'll all enjoy being able to post Porthos and badgies in not only my chat, but I'm sure in other chats as well. I'm very tempted as well to edit the badgie so that it's wearing like a little I don't know what the proper term is, so please don't beat me up, military knowledgeable folks in chat, but like a little army helmet, you know, the little like basically little bowl type army helmets, like a hard helmet, because it's a tactical support badgie, so it needs some protection. Not so much these days, Hans. Should be. Apparently not tonight, though. Brody hat. Cool, thank you very much, Tids. And now I know. Sorry, I've been a little bit quiet. I'm kind of enjoying the music. I've not been listening to much Devon recently, and I really should. Like, I'm half tempted when this stream is over to just pop onto YouTube and find the SYL set from the download where I saw them live, and just stick that on in the background while I play Dark Souls. Because that was my first ever download. It's really good. Heard Brody, what did she do? Invented a helmet in 1915. Time traveller. Or vampire. You decide. It's the Keanu Reeves debate all over again. Can't leave her alone for 5 minutes. Let alone 100 years. Okay, I think that's a good baseline on the proton pack. What do you think, folks? I mean, obviously we need to get some scuffs on there and it needs a bit of shading, but looks good. Cool. I'm glad you like it, folks. I've never played Sekiro. No, to be fair, Dark Souls is brand new to me as well, so... Looks how my child mind thought they looked before I saw the movie at 13 and wondered why it had kids' toys. The toys were for the cartoon, weren't they? I really like that cartoon. It's crap when I look back at it. I've watched it since. Was not prepared for the ghost blowjob. I know, right? That scene gets me every time. Get a dry brush, and by that I don't mean a dry brush, I mean a brush that is not wet. Okay, so I got a little bit too much lead belcher on the blue then, so I've just painted some blue over the top of it. But the nice thing about this being, or soon to be, very scuffed is that I don't have to be too tidy about stuff, because it looks more believable if it's not tidy. Because damage doesn't happen in a tidy way. So there was real Ghostbusters and there was extreme Ghostbusters. And the reason that the real Ghostbusters is called the real Ghostbusters is because there was another cartoon called The Ghostbusters, which was completely unrelated to the Ghostbusters movie property. So they were like, shit, somebody else has already got that name. Okay, the real Ghostbusters. Ah, suck it, Ghostbusters. And the real Ghostbusters was interesting. So the real Ghostbusters followed the continuing adventures of the movie Ghostbusters. So you'd got Egon, you'd got Ray, you'd got Winston, and Peter. There we go. But Extreme Ghostbusters was Egon training up the next sort of generation of Ghostbusters, and it was all cool and edgy and shit. To be honest, the Ghostbusters predates the movie. It does indeed. It's a Hanna-Barbera series, isn't it? But yeah, that's why Egon had a mullet. Yes. I miss 90s and early 2000s Edge. Yeah. Like, what was it? There was a Warner Brothers... Yeah, Extreme Ghostbusters was fab. Real Ghostbusters was a thing that happened. It still had a lot of really good stuff in it, and the books were great, but it was a cash grab. The production values on it was super fucking low. It was made in a very similar way to the way that the Teen Wolf animated series was made. Don't know how many people in chat will have seen the Teen Wolf animated series, but I fucking loved that as a kid. I had it on video. My parents got the videos from the local market. It's no wonder I'm a being out of time now, because I was like... I was watching things that were released and popular-ish in the 80s when I was at school, instead of the shit that was on telly. So I'm just, a decade skewed out from most of my peers. But yeah, Real Ghostbusters was a very low budget production in the grand scheme of things. The folks doing the voices of the characters were, for the most part, if I'm not mistaken, sort of proper voice actors, because that was back when, if you were a voice actor, you didn't do body acting and vice versa. Yeah, long ship. No wrong with that. Gotta love a bit of G1 Transformers. Peter was played by Garfield. Indeed, Cypher, which is why it's hilarious to me that Garfield was then played by Bill Murray later on down the line. Still am, to be fair. Hey, not wrong with that. Let's get a little bit of metal on the main body. But yeah, I believe there was some production issues with the Real Ghostbusters as well, in a rights and unhappy workplace kind of way. And in spite of it being a bit rough, I do still love it. And I've got a little bit of it knocking about on one of my hard drives that I will just watch on occasion. Same for the Extreme Ghostbusters, and for those that remember it, the Men in Black animated series. Also the Evolution animated series. I really liked the Evolution animated series. I thought it was better than the movie. But I loved shit like that. And frankly still do. Evolution is class, yeah. Exactly that, Tid. Well, it wasn't a documentary. Oh, we got some... is this Spider-Man 2 this was on, I think? Possibly Spider-Man 1. Yes, Ash! It was a different animated series, was called Ghostbusters, or The Ghostbusters. I think it was a Hanna-Barbera production, like I said, I can't remember. Was Spider-Man 2. Best Spider-Man films. Agreed. Tids, agreed. I really liked what Sam Raimi did with Spider-Man. Like, the new Spider-Man films are great as well, but these Spider-Man films will always have a special place in my heart. Mummy's alive. Fuck yes. Yes. Plus, you know, the Defoe. Yeah. Willem Dafoe is a very good actor. I always enjoy his stuff. You know what? I've just seen these two little nodules and decided that they're going to be LEDs. What could possibly go wrong with me just suddenly changing my mind about what something is? Street Sharks, oh my god, yes, I remember Street Sharks. Lupin the Third, yes. The original Lupin the Third is finally getting an English translation, apparently. Mask, yeah. Hey! No need to apologise, Hans. You do your thing, friend. And thank you for popping in and for watching the stream tonight. It's been lovely to have you here and lovely to chat. Yeah. No need to ever apologise for having to pop out or go and lurk. Never ever here. The fact that you pop in at all makes me very happy. Danger Mouse, yeah, did watch Danger Mouse as well. I mean, if we're never diss Lupin, he trolls Nazis for sport. I fucking love Lupin the Third. I'm really, really pleased about the announcement for the original series getting an English, finally getting an English translation and dub. For the record, I'm still here. And again, it's appreciated that you're here, and there is never any what's the word? There's never any requirement for any of you to chat or like interact at all if you don't want to. I appreciate the fact that you come along, whether you are interacting or not. The only difference between if you're vocal about the fact that you're here and if you're not is that I can say hello to you and thank you personally, as it were, if I know you're here. But that doesn't mean I appreciate you any more or less. Right. Hey, Podlord, how you doing? What have I missed? Yeah, and that's perfectly fine, Ash. Like, I will just sit and lurk in streams a lot of the time these days. I do have a habit of wishing the streamer a good stream before I go and lurk, but that's just because that's what I do. But sometimes you need to recharge your batteries, and it's nice to have something on in the background. But yeah, you don't have to socialise. Sometimes a bit of quiet time is nice. There is indeed, McGee, a French live-action show called Lupin on Netflix. It is not Lupin the Third, but you have sparked a very interesting conversation there. I'm a bit of a Lupin the Third nerd, and I will get into that in a moment once I've caught up with chat. Bucky O'Hare, yes. Love Bucky O'Hare. So, I haven't watched the live-action Lupin yet. It's on my list, along with so many other fucking things. But Lupin the Third is the great-great-grandson of Arsène Lupin, who is a master thief who was created by a very famous French author, whose name I forget the moment I need it. Always helpful. Maurice Leblanc. There we go. He was supposedly around the same sort of time as Sherlock Holmes, which is why you will see there's a Sherlock Holmes versus Arsène Lupin video game, which is actually pretty good. Except for when it's glitching. Yeah, so Lupin the Third is Arsène Lupin the Third. He is the great-great-grandson of the original Lupin, and has carried on the roots of his family. He is a master thief, just like his great-great-grandfather, just like his grandfather before him, as it were. The Lupin in the live-action one, as far as I'm aware, is not actually related. He just uses the same moniker. Do they pod? Wicked! That's awesome. So, now, the fun thing about Lupin the Third, with it being a Japanese show about a character who was created by a French author, is that Monkey Punch, the guy behind Lupin the Third, did not ask for permission before using Arsène Lupin. And when the Lupin the Third anime came out, because it's based on a manga that was written by Monkey Punch, I don't know why he's called Monkey Punch. Yes, Ash. So when the Lupin the Third anime came out, it was so popular in Japan, and it got quite popular in other areas too. And they wanted to make a version of it for French audiences through the studio Geek, who do a lot of... He was explicitly inspired by Arsène Lupin in the show. Cool, thank you, Mr. Mouse. And I've told this story before on stream. Lupin the Third is a cultural icon in Italy. Yeah, that does not surprise me. So they were going through Geek, who are a French-based studio, to get this Lupin the Third cartoon distributed and stuff in France. And the estate of Maurice Leblanc went, excuse me, Arsène Lupin's a character. And the studios behind it they'd finished everything basically. It was all done. It was ready to go. And the estate of Maurice Leblanc went, no, you can't use it because you're using a copyrighted character. You can't use the name Lupin. You can't use Lupin. And they went, fuck, we've spent all this money on this cartoon because people in Europe fucking love Lupin the Third, and we now can't distribute it because the LeBlanc estate says no. What do we do with all this? I know. We'll change up the main character. We'll adjust the plot a little bit. and we'll make it something completely unique that they can't sue us over. And that's how we got Inspector Gadget. Inspector Gadget was originally a French-made Lupin the Third cartoon. Hey, Mod, how you doing? And I fucking love that story, because now, whenever I watch any Inspector Gadget stuff, I immediately think of Lupin the Third, and it all makes so much sense now. And the Gadgetmobile, yes, Pudlord. It is well worth looking into the history of Lupin the Third. It's such a popular show in Japan. It's really popular in Italy because a lot of it's set in Italy. Especially season 3, L'Avventura Italiano, is entirely set in Italy. And that was so highly anticipated by Lupin fans. Like, I was super hyped when it came out. It's so fucking good. It's really well animated. But Lupin is one of those things that has stood the test of time. Oh, okay. Good luck, Longfang. Hang on a minute. You know what this needs? This needs a digestive support badgie. Good luck, Longfang.
Hello there.
But yeah, I love telling that story because people go, holy shit, every time, and it makes me smile. But yeah, Longship, if you want to like get into the world of Lupin the Third, and you're struggling with where to start, give me a shout, I will help you out. There are fuck tons of movies, which you can watch without having watched any of the series. There's the series. There's loads of stuff. There's even a Lupin the Third one-shot that's set in the future. But I can never find it when I'm looking for it. I do really need to watch Lupin. Or Lupin, as I should be saying. Because it looks absolutely wonderful. And I am all for... Castle of Cagliostro is a very good start. Castle of Cagliostro was my introduction to Lupin the Third. But it's worth bearing in mind that that is a Miyazaki movie. And... Hey, Fart Bubbler, how you doing? And as a result is very different from some of the earlier Lupin the Third stuff that you will find. Thinking specifically here about the pilot, where he is just a total fucking horn dog all the way through. He's a little bit more subtle about it in Castle of Cagliostro. But yeah, it's an absolutely beautiful film. You can tell it's a Miyazaki film. And it's not a Ghibli film. It was actually done before Studio Ghibli was set up. It was his directorial debut, if I'm not mistaken. For a feature film, anyway. If you have really seen nothing at all, start with Castle of Cagliostro. Yeah. It is a very... That's very true, Torpor. For anyone that doesn't know, Fujiko's name is a reference to the size of her chest. Mount Fuji's is a common nickname given to large breasts in Japan. Little mountain peaks. Yep, exactly. Oh, really, guys? Okay. I need a brush that isn't in Squig Friend's mouth for the next bit. This one, maybe? Okay. Yeah, this should do. This is my super detail brush, but it's had a bit of a beating, so I'm going to use it to dry brush some extra blue onto some areas, just to give it a little bit of, for want of a better description, texture. So this is just neat, which blue was it? Latop blue? Yeah, just neat Latop blue. Never thought a mountain would be size goals, but here I am, I guess. Fair. Like, there are some wonderful idioms in Japanese. Like, one of my favourite ones is drunk as dirt. And admittedly, my reasons for liking it are, well, they're very typically me, shall we say. So the idea of drunk as dirt as a way of describing someone that is completely fucking sozzled comes from the production of a specific variety of sake. So when the sake is being fermented, sometimes a particular kind of beetle will get into the rice as it's fermenting, and it's this beetle is better off in water than it is on land. So when it comes out onto land, it hobbles about like it's drunk. And the beetle's name translates very close to the word dirt, if I'm remembering correctly. So basically, drunk as dirt is when you are so pissed that you're stumbling about like a water beetle that's on land. And I kind of love that. Like, it's fab. It's got insects in it, which makes me happy. And it's just such an odd little phrase. But yeah, I love weird little Japanese idioms like that. Yes, I am a nerd. What of it? That's what you're here for, right? I mean, I'm supposed to be painting. I'm kind of painting. So I'm going to put a very tiny amount of the LA Top Blue just on some bits of the proton pack here. Just like on the nozzle. That's a cue in the talk. I will take that as a compliment, thank you, I think. We're all nerds here. Better than floating. Nerdus Maximus. A vampire offer genuine enthusiasm to fuel me through a few miles. Oh, bless you. Well, I am always happy to be enthusiastic about stuff. There's a reason I've got enthusiastic amateur in my Twitter bio. Fuck yeah. So, I haven't looked at my watch in a little while, but I'm guessing I've gone over my usual time. And yes, I have. But I've decided I'm just going to finish Egon tonight. Because I'm actually feeling okay. You folks have really cheered me up tonight. It's been a rough couple of weeks, but this stream has been really nice. And Cuss, in spite of TechSquig not behaving itself, we've not had any major technical issues that I've been like super stressy about. it's been quite nice and fairly relaxing in a way that my streams haven't been since I switched over to the new bot, if I'm honest. Like, I had so much fun with the Hero Quest stream on Wednesday, but I literally jumped out of work and had to desperately get everything together, like move all my cam setup and everything, so that it was all working and in position, ready for the stream. And it was so much to get done in just an hour. Mount Fuji freezes your ears off. Mount Fujiko warms them back up. Fuck yeah. Getting into all the good shit now. Oh, here's a show that nobody mentioned, as far as I'm aware. And if you did, I'm really sorry I missed it when you said it. But did anybody else watch Jason the Wheeled Warriors? Because I loved that show. I'm glad somebody knows what I'm on about. Yeah, Jason the Wheeled Warriors was great. Okay, so I am trying really hard to paint the screen. Yes, McG! No place like home, but translates directly to there's no fireplace like your own. Yeah, that's fair. Might have seen it on Ashen's streams. No, I have not regaled my viewers with Tales of Dark Souls. Do people want to know about my experiences playing... Fuck yeah. Of playing Dark Souls for the first time ever? You already know about them, Longfang. You've been getting live updates, you poor bastard. Used to love Inspector Gadget as a kid. I really liked the Matthew Broderick Inspector Gadget movie as well. Share the souls! Can't play Dark Souls without the Thanks Obama mod. I've not got any mods on, and I have no idea what you're talking about, Ash, but I'll investigate. So, I had never played Dark Souls before, and watching... any Souls-like, in fact, just to clarify there. I have Torpor. He's lovely. He's so chuckly and wonderful. So chipper. Solare's my favourite, though. Okay, we're getting into all the good shit now. I'm loving this. Actually, here's one for you folks. I will continue with the Dark Souls conversation in a minute, but beforehand, if anybody can find for me the Tokyo Ska Paradise Orchestra version of the Lupin the Third theme and pop it in the jukebox, I will love you forever. My favourite version. It allowed me to discover possibly the only Japanese ska band, and they are fucking awful. Awesome. They are awesome. They are my favourite ska band, bar none. Sorry, Snipe and Web. Okay, so I'd never played a Souls-like before. Well, I'd never played a Souls game before. I've probably played Souls-likes. Yeah, I have, because I've played Hyper Light Drifter. And watching Longfang's Bloodborne streams was making me want to try Bloodborne, because it looks like a lot of fun, and the aesthetic is very much my aesthetic. So I went on Steam, was like, okay, I cannot afford to buy any new games right now. I will see if I have, because I think I have one of the Dark Souls games at least. I will see if I have any of the Dark Souls games, and I will try those instead of buying Bloodborne, because I can't afford to buy new games. And I only had Dark Souls 3. So I sent Longfang a message and said, I only have the third one. Can I start there? Do I have to play the others first? How does this work? The internet says that I can play them separately, but, you know, I'd rather have an actual person whose opinion I trust tell me whether I should play the rest of them. Longfang suggested that I should probably play the first one first. Just, you know, so that I've got a better grounding in it all. Exactly. And I went, alright then. I'll pick it up when I get paid at the end of the month. Simple as. I won't get Bloodborne. I'll get this instead, and I'll play this first. And the cheeky shit sent me a code for it, because he's a swine bag. I can only see it in there once, Tids, so I think it's probably gone, oh no, we've got this one twice, so we'll just take the first one. So you're all good. And yeah, so last week, on the day that I went for my 5G upgrade, I booted up Dark Souls for the first time ever. And as much as I know the memes, I know the Praise the Sun meme, I know the You Died meme, so I know the big memes. I went into it basically knowing nothing about Dark Souls. Didn't know how the control system worked. Didn't know what I was supposed to be doing, really. I have managed to avoid most of the Dark Souls information that's out on the internet somehow, because I live under a rock. So I didn't know what was waiting for me at the end of what turned out to be the tutorial. That was very amusing for Slow. I didn't know that it mattered. Well, sort of mattered. What you pick at the beginning. But did you start with the Witch's Ring? I did, Ash. Yes, you should be able to, Mod Hell. Exclamation mark song list, I think it is. Oh, we got it twice. Yeah, so one of those is the official one and one of them is my one. I will have to, okay, it's the top one. It's the one that doesn't have the at in it, I think. I might be wrong there. One of them will work. Be fine. I know, the fiends, aren't they, Mr. Mouse? What am I using? Oh, this is a Redgrass Games painting handle. I have a lot of joint issues, so the Games Workshop painting handles are really uncomfortable for me to hold. But one thing I really like about this particular handle, other than the fact that it sits in my hand quite nicely, is that it's got a little turntable. So instead of having to awkwardly hold the handle, if I want to paint something that's on the other side of the miniature, Ta-da! It's great, isn't it? And it's fairly cheap. And because you just affix your miniature into the putty, which comes with the painting handle starter set. Yes! No, you won that, Mr. Mouse. Cleaning lady who helps me when we were cleaning once picked it up and was like, should this be somewhere private? She thought it was a butt plug. Oh, damn. Yeah, so the putty comes with the starter kit, and because it's putty rather than a clip system like you have with the GW one, it doesn't matter if the base is larger than the painting handle. Love this theme tune. Like, bring back cheesy 80s cartoon openings, please. The music's so fucking good. Look, I made a promise that you were going to get a code for the game that you won. Because of technical issues, you couldn't use the code that was provided, so I got you a new one. I keep my promises. I remember Dino Riders, don't remember Starcom. Seriously, my favourite version of this track. Asylum Demon, yes. So, I started with the Witch's Ring because I was like, be fine. I didn't want to start with any of the extra stuff that it was offering because I thought maybe that was like stuff that I wouldn't like. I wouldn't know how to use, or that I needed some skills or something for. I don't know why I thought that, but I thought there was like a hidden extra in having those extras. It could be, Hans. I mean, it shouldn't do. But it may just be having a rough night tonight. All shall love me and despair, for I am beloved of the bot. Oh dear. So I get into the game itself after spending 45 minutes creating my first character. I think it's having a problem with YouTube URLs. Oh, it might be. It's just being really rough tonight. It's not normally this bad. And I'm going, oh, lovely cutscene. I'm enjoying the lore. And then Duke Silver throws a fucking corpse at me. Which was a thing. And I'm pottering through the tutorial, trying to figure things out, and I hear something going stamp, stamp, stamp nearby, and go, oh shit, I hope I don't have to fight that, whatever it is, it sounds fucking huge. I have no idea what I'm doing. I don't even have a real sword yet. I've just got a broken sword. In fairness, it was a friendship corpse. Yeah, so I'm pottering through. I die a couple of times really early on because I don't really know what I'm doing yet, which I think is supposed to happen. corpse of most jubilant cooperative endeavours. And I eventually make my way into the big hallway. Which thing that Texquig was stamping about? Oh, I haven't killed the thing that was stamping about yet. Oh, I see. Oh, great. So I'm going back there at some point. Wonderful, wonderful. That won't be fucking horrifying. Yeah, so I go into the big hallway, and oh, great. I encounter the Asylum Demon. Knowing nothing about Dark Souls, not knowing what to expect, and I fucking panic. I panic so loud that Slow hears me over whatever he's doing on his headphones and tweets about the fact that I must have just encountered the Asylum Demon because he can hear me panicking. And I'm going, oh fuck, oh fuck, oh fuck, oh fuck, oh fuck. And I'm running around this thing and rolling around this thing. No fucking idea what I'm supposed to do. I can't fucking kill it. I've got half a fucking sword. I've got no armour. I'm just like, the fuck do I do? And then I see a door that isn't the door I came through, and I go, please be unlocked. And I fucking peg it towards that door. And I have never been so relieved. You panic at the sheer thickness of the Asylum Demon. I did! I panicked at its sheer thickness. And yeah, I did not want to have to go back and fight that thing, but thanks to very many useful tips from the long friend, because after a certain point I just started messaging him like, just help me, please. I have no idea what I'm doing, I'm scared. I went back and fought the damn thing, and eventually, after dying a lot, I killed the fucking thing. And it only hit me once, I think, or twice, when I actually managed to kill it. I had perfected my roll to the point that I could just roll away from it. You have just been, like, my Dark Souls Force ghost at every opportunity. I've just been, like, all the way through my playthrough so far. I've not got very far. I've still not beaten the gargoyles in the parish, because I keep fucking that fight up. Yeah, all the way through my playthrough, every time I get stuck or I see something new and I panic about it, I just send Longfang a message and go, help. I do not know what I am doing. Like, the first time I saw the armoured boar that's in the parish, instead of going over to it, I took a picture of it and sent it to Longfang and went, what is that? I ended up, because I'd got the spear equipped at that point in time, I ended up using one of those resin things, Longfang, that I've forgotten the name of, on my spear, and just cattle prodding the poor bastard thing right up its arse. And I got a piggy hat out of it. So now I wear my piggy hat all the time, and no one will make me take it off. Gold pine, that's the stuff. And now I've got a claymore, and friendship with Spear is ended. Claymore is my best friend now. I I'm never taking that thing off. It's amazing. I love it. The riposte animation is I like to do a violence. I like swords. But yeah, I'm really struggling with the gargoyles at the minute. I didn't want to cross the bridge when I met the dragon for the first time, because I was just like, no, it's going to fucking kill me. I'm not stupid. I'm staying over here. And then realised that I had to cross the bridge. So that was a thing. I am not a very good shot with the crossbow, so I have yet to cause enough damage to its tail to get the prize out of its tail, which is annoying. Do you know that size, like the thing Electra and Raphael use, are actually blunt? Yes! Yes, they are. Yeah, that's fair, Jess. I was very much the same until I started playing it. It's a really fun game. Like I was genuinely under the impression that it wouldn't be my kind of game for the longest time. And then I've finally gotten to play it, and it turns out it is exactly my kind of game. Like, I've always liked the look of it. The art is beautiful. The setting is gorgeous. Solaire's fucking awesome. I love him. And like, yeah, it is exactly my kind of game. I'm puzzling things out as I'm going through. I'm dying a lot, but it's because I don't understand things, or because I haven't perfected a skill that I need to perfect. And I don't feel like I'm being cheated out of things by anyone other than myself. But it's really fun to just sort of puzzle things through, and the world feels so big and you feel like such a little part of it. And I really like stuff like that. I like the feeling that you are part of a wider universe, that there are other things happening elsewhere, and that after you're finished doing the thing that you're doing, other things will happen. The story will continue whether you're there or not, because that's kind of how the world actually works, and it's cool. I like stuff like that. I'm not a big fan of the whole Chosen One bullshit. It's not my cup of tea. So yeah, to be fair, you aren't the only chosen one. Exactly. And yeah, I'm really looking forward to your Dark Souls Academy streams, Longfang. I think they'll be really fun. Awesome. Gold stars to whoever put this one in. I'm really torn about whether I want to do anything else with the PKE meter. Like, it's just grey at the minute, and that doesn't feel right. But, like, what else can I do with it? Because it's not... Like, the actual PKE meter had little lights and stuff on it. I have one downstairs, which I should have brought upstairs so that I could show you all. Like, I have a proper PKE meter prop, because I'm one of those people. I was actually going to do an Egon cosplay at one point. Because, let's face it, if I was a Ghostbuster, I'd be Egon, wouldn't I? Maybe Ray, actually. You got the power. Make it a pink triangle for aesthetic 80s. And the fact that Egon is the most lesbian a straight man has ever been. Freehand a sticker on the back. Oh, I could do. I'll tell you what. There isn't a warning sticker on the actual PKE, but let's... There are warning stickers, if I'm not mistaken, on the Proton packs. I really want to see the new Ghostbusters. The Ghostbusters Afterlife, me too. It looks really good, and I'm really hoping it is. I want it to be a nice send-off for the original films. No pun intended, obviously. But it's... been directed by the original director's son as well, which is really, really interesting. As far as I'm concerned. Because he was there on set with his dad whilst they were filming Ghostbusters. So he's got a lot of experience of what has gone into Ghostbusters over the years. And apparently he consulted with his dad quite a lot on Afterlife. Oh, that's really cool, Mukji. That sounds fun. I love a good little AR game. Like Wallace and Gromit have an AR game that's surprisingly good. Okie dokie tits. As maligned as it was for dumb reasons, Ghostbusters 2016 really was just actually bad. Yeah, it's not a great film. But at the same time, it opened a door that otherwise would not have been opened by the sounds of things. The director of Afterlife has gone on record to say if Ghostbusters 2016 hadn't happened, there's no way Afterlife would have been able to happen. This is... Fucking hell. This is a show I've not thought about in a long time. As you may have guessed, I watched a lot of this show as a kid. I preferred Sonic Underground. Sonic Underground and Biker Mice from Mars. Okay, this is the wonkiest warning sticker ever. Like, super wonky. Okay, need to tidy it up now. Too much. There we go. There we go. Tiny little warning sticker. It's not great, but it'll do. Yes, Pudlord! 3DS screen is slightly damaged. It's sad because that handheld has lasted me years. Oh, bless you. Okay. Trying to think what else I should do with the tech bits. Like, it feels like they need something else, but I'm not sure what. Actually, let's have a little bit of spaceship exterior. Just, Too much paint. There we go, that's what it's missing. So it's a really tiny little thing, but a little bit of the spaceship exterior, which is, it's an army painted paint. It's kind of an off-white. Here we go. So yeah, it's basically an off-white. Very faintly grey. Makes for really nice scratch marks on stuff like this. Dream Warriors rocks hard. It really does. We've had some absolute belters in the jukebox tonight, and I'm most appreciative, folks, especially considering how many problems we've had getting stuff into the jukebox. So I'm not putting too much on. Oh, we got a little bit of a rogue bristle there. I knew it was missing something. I'm glad I figured out what it was. We need to do something with this tubing as well, because it doesn't look like it's got a lot of texture to it at the minute. That's better. Only problem with doing that Hero Quest stream on Wednesday is that I used Hobby Cam to do the unboxing bit with, and I had to change all of the settings, like the focus and stuff like that, and the exposure, so that it actually... Going to see Ghostbusters later. I'm excited about it. I was disappointed by the lady version. Yeah, same, Jess. Like the 2016 version was... There was so much promise there, and I think they just relied on too many lazy jokes. Congratulations, Tids. Saddest part of 2016 is knowing that the cast had amazing potential. Yeah, definitely. Like, it could have been a great film. Too many overused tropes, yeah. Director absolutely dropped the ball so hard it tunneled through to China. Yeah, that is a good way of describing what happened with that film. Okay. I think what I might do once I've put these sort of scuff marks on everything is just put a little wash over certain bits just to give them a bit of depth. I think that's what I'll do with the tubing as well. Oops. That's better. Not quite how I wanted it, because I made a bit of a mess there, but... The funniest part of the movie was Chris Hemsworth as Himbo Secretary, and he was on screen for less than 5 minutes. Yeah, I did like him as the Himbo Secretary. That was good. I think it was kind of one note in places, though, and... Well, folks, I think we're about there. So I'm just going to put some Nuln Oil over some bits of the proton pack and the PKE, and then I think I'm done. Look at me, finishing a model on stream for once. Hold your applause. Like, I'm really glad that I didn't, finishing a model? Who are you? You about to tell me to fuck off back to Legoland? What have you done with Dan? I know, right? Oops. So I'm going to try really hard not to do too much, because we don't want to spoil all the work we've put in to everything else. I am going to put a little bit on the yellow thing, I think. Actually, put a little bit there as well. Just to pick out those studs. And I'm going to put a little bit on the back of the leg there. And on this side.
Excellent!
Some people will tell you that washes are the cheater's way of painting. They'll do the same with metallic paints. If you want to use washes, and you want to use metallic paints, then say to those people, well, fuck you, this is how I paint. There is no right or wrong way to paint miniatures. And frankly, if you can, you know, add a quick little bit of shading on a miniature just after you've spent ages painting it, just to give it a little bit of extra depth, then why not, you know? There's no such thing as cheating, just alternative methods. Exactly. And frankly, applying a wash or an ink to give a certain feel is a skill in and of itself. And if you've mastered that, then, you know, don't let anybody take that away from you just because they're being a fucking snob. I'm loving the combination of, like, rock music, pop music, and 80s cartoon theme tunes that we've got going on tonight. Like, I'm actually gonna put a little bit of a wash there as well. Oh, speaking of animals in space... Oh dear. I think that might have been just you, Ash, because I'm not seeing anything my end. Did anybody else have any issues then? Stable for me, yeah. Hopefully it behaves itself now though, Ash. There we go. There we go. One last thing to do before I can glue him onto his base. I'm actually just going to put a load of wash on the base where he stood. Because he's not quite stood there yet, because I've not glued him down. But that means that it looks a little bit like there's a shadow there. It's not a very deep shadow, but it'll do. Just to give the feeling. There we go. I think he's done. actually, there's one last little thing to do. This song goes so hard, nearly 30 years on. Yeah, it's a fucking great track. Thank you, Squig Friend. I haven't put any fluorescent on those two bulbs, so I'll do that. And I just want to highlight the boots a little bit, because he's wearing little boots, you see. But I want them to be black, because they're the raccoon equivalent of combat boots. So says I. Sadly, the miniature painting hobby in its early internet days had a massive problem with elitism and assholes. It really did, and unfortunately there is still an element of that, but I try very, very hard to make sure that that isn't something that happens here. And that anybody that has been a victim of those elitist arseholes in the past knows that what they do is perfectly fine. Nobody started out as a pro painter. They all started somewhere. And you may never be a pro painter. And you know what? That's okay. I'm never going to be a pro painter. But I know I've improved. I've also knocked my camera. There we go. I've improved. And I know I've improved. I was told off about paint thickness when I showed my very first model. Oh, well, whoever it was that told you off about that can fuck right off. My first painted miniature, I didn't thin my paints. I didn't follow any kind of guide. I did what felt right for me, and I experimented. Something pro painter and pro painter accessories. Yeah, so I've got sort of... I have painting accessories. I have a specific painting handle, which I've bought because the one that I had before was uncomfortable to hold. And the same goes for, like, you can just use like a can as a painting handle. You can use the lid off of a rattle can. You can, if you've got a jam jar. I've got a jam jar with some very old sprue goo in here. But if you've got an empty jar, rinse it out, stick your miniature to the top with a bit of blue tack, done. You know, you don't have to use fancy tools. I have this because it's better for my hand and because I had the money for it at the time. Same goes for the wet palette. You can make your own with a Tupperware tub and a couple of bits and bobs that you can buy fairly cheaply online. I just have a proper wet palette because I'm lazy. And again, I had the money for it. And you don't have to have fancy pro brushes either. Like, my brushes are very definitely not pro brushes. Even the Army Painter ones. If I recommend them to anybody that's been painting longer than I have, then they will snub their nose at me. Because they're just sort of standard paintbrushes as far as most people are concerned. But these brushes are expensive for your average person. And if you're just getting into the hobby, you don't need branded paintbrushes. Most of my paintbrushes are... well... No, come here. There we go. Most of my paintbrushes are off-brand ones that I got in a craft supply shop. They're just normal acrylic brushes. Finding brushes that are the right kind of size can be a bit difficult, but you don't have to buy specifically from Citadel. You don't have to buy specifically from Army Painter. You can just buy normal acrylic paintbrushes that are designed for small detail work, which will be a lot cheaper because you're not paying for a brand then. If you want to buy expensive brushes, then by all means do so. But that's up to you. You don't have to throw a lot of money into the tools required for this hobby. You know what? This feels better, doesn't it? You can start off small. You don't have to have everything. I still don't own an airbrush. I would love to own an airbrush, but I know it's like outside of my budget. Hello. Sorry, Tids. The paints are also an issue. Aside from basically being told your work is worthless if you don't use an airbrush. Well, people that think your work is worthless because you're not using an airbrush can fuck right off. Not everyone can afford an airbrush. Not everyone has space for an airbrush. Not everyone knows how to use an airbrush, even if they own one and think they do. Where paints are concerned, most miniature paints are actually just acrylic paint. So, in theory, as long as you're careful, you could just get some acrylic paints, like little tubes from a paint shop, from a craft shop, wherever, an art supply store, which may be cheaper than buying, again, branded paints, and just make sure you thin them down. You can also use oil paints. In fact, Redgrass have designed a special wet palette for people that use oil paints on their miniatures, which is awesome. Also, Purple Burb, who is a member of the Snipe and Wib server, they use gesso, which is one of the kinds of paint that Bob Ross uses on their miniatures, and have said that works really well. If you've got a miniature that you're not massively fussed about, perhaps you've got an extra, you've got like a spare Space Marine knocking about at somewhere, or somebody gave you a mini that you're not likely to use for anything, and you want to experiment with different types of paint and different materials, give it a punt. Heck, if you've got some spare sprues knocking about, try it out on the sprues, you know? An airbrush is nice to have for base coating and blocking in large areas, but if you want to paint with one exclusively, you will need a very expensive one with lots of parts to swap around, or multiple ones. Exactly, Hans. It's an investment. Sent you a link to the Revel airbrush starter kit on Discord. Just don't know how much the shipping is to the UK. It's not Amazon UK. Okay, cool. Thank you very much, guys. I'll take a look. Thank you very much for that, Modhell. I did not know that. But yeah, even so, there are plenty of hobbyists who have just used... Oh shit! Another raid! Hey Sam and Raiders, I hope you're all well. You've caught me in the middle of a rant about how, basically... hobbying doesn't have to be as expensive as certain groups of people make it out to be. Like, the miniatures are always going to be fucking expensive. There's nothing I can do about that, I'm afraid. But, yeah, in terms of supplies, branded stuff isn't necessary. And, you know, if you're just figuring stuff out and you want to try different things, go for it. Oh, big stretch! Big stretch! The baby is awake. Big stretchy. Yeah. So, oh yes. Treat for Porthos. Thank you very much, Torpor, and I will stretch as soon as he's had that. Here you go, buddy. Oh, you bugger. Thank you very much for the stretch, Dids. Oh, you bugger. Yeah, I needed that. But yeah. You will see me using branded stuff. You will see me and hear me talking about specific brands of paint that I like. They're things that I've discovered over time. And I'm just, giving you my views on things in case you're going, I don't really know what works, and I don't know how these things interact with each other. And if you're seeing me using them and I'm saying, well, this is this thing here and this is why I like it, then that, I hope, helps you folks to have a more informed opinion about what's out there. Because a lot of people don't realise that there are other places where you can get things like, he's rolling, him roll, like painting handles from. Like, Redgrass do some absolutely amazing painting tools, and they can be quite expensive. They do proper day lamps and shit like that are designed specifically for hobbying, and they can get very expensive because day lamps are always expensive. But having the option to shop around and knowing that there are these alternatives, thank you for the treat for Porthos hands, I think is really important, because I didn't have that knowledge. Cheers, Tids. I didn't have that knowledge when I was first starting out, and I bought nothing but Citadel paints and Citadel brushes, and I got the painting handle, and it hurt my hand. And I've worked from there backwards. Porthos has trained as well. He really has. Well done, folks. So I went back from there and started using Tupperware lids, saucers. We've been out Pavloved. Yes, you have. It's Porthos's chat. It's like Pavlov's dog, but with cuteness and treats. And yeah. A tip I got about woodworking, but that works for every hobby. Start with cheap budget tools, so you don't feel bad if you mess them up. And you will. Upgrade when it wears out. That way you upgrade along with your skill level, and only really invest in the tools you use the most. Exactly, Modhell. That is a perfect way of doing it, and I think a lot of people don't realise, like I said, that there are other places out there where you can get stuff from, and that might even be cheaper. Because Citadel isn't the cheapest out there for sure. But yeah. Paints wise, in case anyone was wondering, in order of my favourites: Green Stuff World, Army Painter, Citadel, but only if I've thinned them out, and then Vallejo, because the Vallejo ones in my experience are quite watery, and that really doesn't work well for me with the way I paint. Citadel is fucking extortionate for its hobby tools. Yeah, like their knife and their hobby knife is so expensive, and you have to buy the blades from them because they're designed in a specific way. My Army Painter one, I can get blades from basically anywhere for this because it's just a craft knife. The only reason I've got a branded Army Painter one is because it came as part of a set. Yeah, exactly, Tids. And that kind of stuff is bullshit. And like, you all know that I use knockoff God Hand snips, which you can get from places like AliExpress for a $5 for a pack of 10 or whatever. And these are really good. Like, God Hands are the most popular brand used by Gunpla builders. And I can't afford God Hands, they're very expensive. But these I can afford, and it doesn't matter if I break them, because they're cheap. Most of the stuff that I've got Army Painter paints, but they were very meh, separating a lot, very thin and streaky. Really, Ash? See, I've never had that with any of the Army Painter paints I've got. I do have it with the Vallejo ones, though. Maybe. It is, because the Army Painter ones I got last year. So they're more recent, I guess. But yeah, I don't claim to be any kind of authority on this stuff. All I can do is tell you folks what I've learnt, what I've experienced, over my decade of painting on and off. But hopefully it helps. Because, you know, I would love it if we can all paint and just enjoy painting. Yeah, I know, Slow.
I was about to say two things. One, I'm doing the thing. Two, Citadel would be much better if they didn't refresh the range every 5 years, completely invalidating all your investment in their paint line and what you've done on your models, therefore changing all the recipes involved, which make them a pain in the arse, which is really funny when you consider the fact that their first generation paints were licensed from a different company, but you can still buy. So anybody out there who needs Goblin Green, you can go and find it. You've just got to, pay a little bit more for it, because you're imported.
Bye, Slow.
Bye!
Rant, rant, rant! Fucking love this song. I know all the words, and I'm going to try really hard not to sing along. Slow has some feelings. Yes, he does. Oh dear. TechSquig does not want you to have any sound commands tonight, Tids. He's out of line, but he's right. Slow is being old again. Ah, yes, Coat d'Arms do their own paints now as well, don't they? Anyway, my stomach just grumbled and the microphone probably picked that up, so I should probably stop. Slow is probably not that old. Slow is...
Citadel paint makes me feel like Abe Simpson.
Did you folks hear that? Yes, okay.
One day they'll change it, it'll happen to you!
You know, normally when he interrupts my streams, it's because he's swearing at something. It's kind of nice that for once he's just being very angry at Citadel. I heard it both through the stream and several seconds later echoing across the landscape. Slow is a couple of years older than me. In response to the Slow probably isn't that old.
I miss Bolt Gun Metal.
I also miss Bolt Gun Metal, it's good. I still have a pot somewhere. Anyway. Let's, now my rant is done. Da-da, we got an Egon. All I've got left to do now... Oh no! We'll just spread that out. All I've got left to do now is trim the pin down a little bit because the pin is a little bit too long. In fact, I might just cut it off because I don't need it anymore. In fact, I will. Glue. Yeah. Yeah, I am actually quite hungry now. I've not had a lot to eat today, so that's probably why. It's a miracle I've got this far into the bloody stream without my stomach grumbling, to be honest with you. Then Porthos is angry at me for going longer than usual. Like, literally all I would have done if I'd finished the stream on time is go and play Dark Souls straight away anyway, so it wouldn't have made that much difference to him. But him spin when he grumpy... I've ordered a kebab because cooking is lame. That's fair. Slow is making burgers tonight. Because, as previously mentioned, tight month. Thanks to my mum and Slow, we've now got some food until I get paid. and Slowy's going to cook us some nice, tasty burgers, like a fake takeaway, fake away, if you will. Porthos can be bribed and we'll get over it. Yes, exactly. So, oh, that glue's strong. I always forget that. Put it a little too close to my nose as I was closing it then. Okay. Lovely. So, the last thing I need to do before this is officially complete is I need to get the Psycho. Best part of models is huffing glue. I don't know. I really like putting them together and painting them. Okay. Come on. Agreed, Tids. This is way better than the original. I'm shaking a bit too much to be doing this, really. But I'm going to do it, because he's not finished until this is done. Oh, come on, shaky hand. You got this. Diagonals always give me issues. Oh, in case you hadn't guessed, we're into the backup playlist now. Oops. Actually, that looks better anyway. Nearly there. There we go. This is the point when I realise I've spelled his surname wrong, isn't it? I don't think I have. I have not! There we go. And I've tried, I don't know if I've been successful. Just having a look now, if I can find a... There we go. Yes! I've done the right font as well. Like, I was worried that I'd cocked the G up, but no, I haven't cocked the G up. It does need a little bit extra on the top, and then he's done.
Excellent.
There we go. Okay, I don't say this very often, but I'm actually kind of proud of him. Like, he's come out way better than I expected he would. Oh, awesome, McG. Congratulations as well. Let me see if I can... Yeah, that's a little better. In fact, let me turn this light off for a second and rescue the black light, which I think has fallen on the floor again. Ah, there it is. Okay, it's not very clear because I've got too much lighting in here, but you can see it sort of on that one. But yeah, there he is. Ah, that was the problem. I'd left the light on low, not turned it off. Oops. Yeah, there is the first of the 4 raccoon Ghostbusters. We have Raccoon Spengler. Yeah, and I'm really happy with how he's come out. I think I will do the next one. I'll carry on with the Ghostbusters rather than move on to something else for the next happy hour stream. Thank you very much, McG. This is a very rare occasion. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 miniatures on the shelf next to me that I have started on stream and not finished yet. Because I'm easily distracted. Thank you very much, Modhell. I will get back round to them eventually. It's just like my keen disappears and goes to other things. No, I've not finished Birchman yet, Ash. He's still up on the shelf. But I'm going to have to finish him off stream, I think, because he's just too big for my workspace. Yeah, so that's Egon done. I think next week we'll get started on Ray. I think. Because I've got ideas for Venkman, and I don't know if I've got the gear to do them yet. And I'm pretty sure that any folks that are familiar with Ghostbusters know exactly which scene I'm thinking of when I say that I have a particular scene from the first movie planned for the Venkman raccoon. Yeah, I am super proud of how Spengler's turned out. I'm so happy. He looks really good. I'm never pleased with my miniatures. No, that was Ray Tids. That was Ray Stantz, who I will be painting next. Venkman is Bill Murray's character. So I will get some pictures of Spengler and get them upon that's better, on Instagram and Twitter. But I think I'm going to have a bite to eat first before the stomach gets too angry and before the baby gets too angry. No need to apologise for distracting me with extra miniatures, Torpor. They're absolutely wonderful. I love them to bits. Thank you so much. For those that didn't already know, Torpor gifted me these raccoons as a surprise. Dan Aykroyd got a ghost blowy and started selling vodka in skulls. Hits different. Also, his grandfather was one of the country's most prominent mediums. That's what Gussie does to a motherfucker. Lovely. Well, I say the country's most prominent mediums. He was one of the West's most prominent mediums, which is how Ghostbusters came about in the first place. There is a documentary that covers it, but I know this because the medium in question actually did some services at the church that my mum is a medium at. Long before her time, obviously, but yes, very, very cool. A lot of what Ghostbusters is because of Dan Aykroyd's family history. Which is cool shit, if you ask me. Anyway, yeah. We finished a miniature. This is a good stream. I didn't think I was going to be able to go for the whole stream. I've gone for extra time. Quite a fair bit of extra time. And I'm feeling really good. So, thank you, everybody, for picking me up after a rough week. And thank you for being here to celebrate me finishing a fucking miniature on stream. Yes!
Goodbye.
Let's find somebody to harass, shall we? Oh, I know, Stomach. I'm going to feed you in a second. Who have we got? Let's see if this works. Oh no. It doesn't seem to want to work. That's annoying. Wonder why. Oh, I spelt that wrong. Let's try that again. I missed a letter. Okay, that should be right this time. So let's try that again. I can't type tonight. There's a problem starting the raid. Please try again in a minute. Text Squig Y. Technology hates me today. Okay. I've not heard this track in ages. It's been so long since we've actually got through all of the jukebox stuff and, you know. I'm glad you've all had a good time, by the way. Okay, it does not want to let me raid them, so... There we go, we're raiding someone else instead. We're going to raid Snake Discovery, so if anybody wants to watch some nice relaxing alligator live stream, then pile on in. Rex is an absolutely adorable alligator, and oh yeah, it's Flatfoot Friday, so this seems appropriate. Yeah. I will be back tomorrow, starting a playthrough of Kaiju Noir, which is, as you may have guessed from the title, a noir visual novel with kaijus. It's right up my fucking street. I'm very excited about it. So I will hopefully see you all then. And until I do see you all next, as always, take care of yourselves. Take care of each other. Wash your fucking hands. And have a wonderful weekend, everybody. And if somebody tells you that you're painting something wrong, tell them to fuck off. Bye-bye.